everybody. Thank you so much for coming. This is Southside First presents Chancla Academy at Piece by Piece. I'm so happy, Joe, that you were able to help us, because I know we have a lot of people here who want to learn about storytelling. And can you tell about your motivation, about why you decided to do this for free?
Yeah, so I mean, I've always been about giving back to my community, and one of the things that we have to learn about giving back to our community is we got to be a man of my word. That's what my grandfather always taught me. If you say something, you better do it. You better mean it, and do it from the heart. Don't do it because you want something out of it. But the one thing I do want to get out of it is that you guys take something from this today. There's some value in it. If there's anything that if you have any questions afterwards, something you may not understand, or you want to go in depth with something, feel free to come to me, and I'll be able to put some more emphasis on that. But yeah, no, I want to do this for my community. I love the west and south side of San Antonio. I grew up here pretty much all my life. I grew up very, very poor. I grew up in the Castellano courts. I think I spent like the first 7 years of my life at Sam Shelter with my mom and my dad, and then our very first place was the Castellano courts, right there next to Sarah King. There was a lot of people, including myself, who wanted opportunities, who grew up and didn't really have the knowledge or the funds. I did finish school, but we didn't have a lot of opportunity. And so since I've been growing my platform, I decided that I'm going to use that to help elevate everybody else around me so that everybody can be successful. Why not share the pie, right, while we have it, So, but just to tell you, were you going to say something else? I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I think we should give him a round of applause. Thank you for sharing your knowledge.
But anyways, again, my name is Joe Coronado. I run and operate Chancla Academy. This started off for me. I had a really tight relationship with my grandmother. She is from Chihuahua, Mexico. She came to the United States with her very own dream, and that was just living the American dream like any other Latino coming from Mexico. So my abuela character is based off of two of my grandmothers. And one day, while I was graduating, my grandmother was going to hit me with the chancla, as she always does. And she didn't. She's like, no, you graduated. I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. Why ain't getting smacked? But no, essentially, Chancla Academy, what it is every single time my grandmother would give me a reminder with that chancla. And there was always a life lesson to be learned. And sorry, I get emotional when I talk about it. There's always some lesson to be learned. It was like being in school. And everything that I am today is because of my grandmother and all of those little taps with that chancla. So that's how Chancla Academy was born. We now need to be that figurative chancla for everybody that's in our lives now. Everybody needs a little love tap and a reminder to keep going, learning life lessons, taking advice, being humble. And that's how Chancla Academy was born. That is the purpose of it, to inspire the rest of the Latinos, not just Latinos in general, everybody in the BIPOC community. We've all experienced a chancla in some sort of way, and that's how Chancla Academy was born. So this whole thing is dedicated to my grandmother. I lost her during the pandemic. I almost lost my life during the pandemic. I didn't know exactly what I was going to do for myself, and I don't know. One day, I just went onto TikTok. I shared one story about me growing up poor, and that was a huge risk for me because I thought I was the only person who grew up the way I did. And 385,000 people later, there are more people out there that understand where I come from. And I can't even explain the feeling that I've had with that, to finally meet other people who grew up just like me. So know that if you have a story to tell, whether you're a small business or you're someone who wants to be a creator, tell your story, because you never know who's listening. You never know who's out there who's lived the same way you do. They just need somebody to be vocal about it. So that's just the intro to Chancla Academy and what we do and what we stand for. But what we're doing today is I'm hosting this event because I want to teach you guys on how to use TikTok a little bit. I want to give back to my community. I want you guys to have some of the knowledge that I have. Unfortunately, there are people that will charge you to do this kind of stuff. And I charge you when anybody can do it. You don't need it. I don't need your money. So, anyways, Brenda, you over there? I couldn't see Brenda. Sorry, guys. I'm a little nervous. Even though I do this for a living, I get nervous. So I'm going to get into it right now. But so how many of you here are small businesses? A lot of you. I would ask who's a creator, but I don't think anybody other than probably Izzy back there. No. But no, so being a small business owner is you are a creator. You're a creator of your market, the things that you sell. I have a piece of paper in front of every single one of you. I just want to do a little test here. I want everybody right now to write one good thing about yourself. Not that somebody's told you, write one good thing about yourself. Just write one good thing about yourself.
Just one?
Just one. Just one. At least someone knows their potential. Just one good thing about yourself. We good? We got that one good thing? Okay. Now I want you to write one negative thing about yourself. Just one. Just one. Oh, don't worry, I have a point to this. It's something that I figured out for myself, so. Now, if we're done doing that, I'm going to ask you a question, and just be honest. And if the answer isn't, what it is, it's okay. How many of you found it a little bit hard to write something positive about yourself? No? No? A little bit? It was a little hard, right? Other than somebody telling you something that you like, oh, you look pretty today, right? How quick were you able to write something negative about yourself? Wasn't that hard, right? Oh. That tells you, part of this exercise is to tell you that sometimes we focus a little too much on the negative part of ourselves. And if you're wanting to be on TikTok, if you're wanting to be on social media in general, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in that positive part that you wrote about yourself. That was the one thing I was always worried about. What if people don't like me? I don't think I'm funny. We're so quick to run into the negative part, but we're never so easy to run into the positive part of it, right? We never say, I am good. I am funny. I am badass. I make, what do you guys make? What do you do for your small business?
I literally help people rest.
You're the rest lady! Right? You're always on my Instagram. I take breathers when I see rest. And I'm just like, honey, I can't do anything today. Instagram told me to rest. See, I don't have to buy an Apple Watch. I have you. Don't tell me to rest. But if you don't believe in what you're doing on your social media platform, you are not going to get anywhere at all. Period. That's what I'm going to tell you right now. So you have to believe the moment that you make a post, the moment that you put your business out there, you need to fully, wholeheartedly believe in what you're doing and in what you're saying. I see a lot of people do things, so we'll go into the small business part. One of the biggest pet peeves that I have is when small businesses go out and they'll ask their followers, hey, do you think I should do this? Hey, do you think maybe every Friday I should host a giveaway? By the way, don't do giveaways. You shouldn't have to ask your following or your potential customers what you think what they think you should do. Because the first sign of that, when I read something like that, you don't believe in your product. You don't believe in your mission. You need my validation to keep your business going. You're not going to get anywhere. If you believe in what you believe in, you're going to do it. Right? So keep that in mind. Now, one of the other things with small businesses that I see small businesses do a lot is the lack of storytelling. If you're familiar with TikTok, or Instagram, you know that both Instagram and Facebook are very curated type of platforms. You get the pretty pictures. You get a lot of the people where they're panning on stuff. They're like, oh, look at my jewelry. It's just panning back and forth. How many of you like ads? Who watches YouTube and ever watches the ads? Nobody watches ads. So what makes you think anybody wants to watch an ad of your business? No.
I had a question.
Sure.
I do ads.
Can we pull up for a second?
Yeah.
Let's get off.
If you have questions too, don't be afraid to ask. Do my best answer.
So, I'm wondering, do people here use, when they're creating their ads, do they do the reels, the video reels? Because I have seen a response. I do get customers that way. They message
Do you
me.
pay for your ads?
No, it's all free. I'm not paying anything.
Can I see your page? Can I see your page? Can I see your engagement?
My engagement is low. Okay. I'm struggling with that.
And that's part of the reason why the point that I'm trying to make with ads is you can make ads all you want, but nobody wants to watch ads. And the reason why I have this data is because I have 3 pods. I have 3 focus groups with over 100 people in them. And this is how I base my business, by hearing them out. When I make a video, I ask them, I'll send them 2 videos. I'll make 2 videos. I'll make one that's more of an ad form type of video. And then I'll make one that has some storytelling components, right? And then I give them one with more of a story component, right? Okay? Give them one with a story component. It's not so much focused on the item itself, right? Have y'all seen those infomercials where they're like, they tell you why you should buy this, but they give you a million reasons why you should buy it, why you need it? You gotta give them a reason to wanna buy your product. For those, how many of y'all have actually seen my content? Okay, when I go and do a video at HEB, or I go do a video for a small restaurant, what's the first thing you notice? Can anybody tell me? Like, what's the one thing? I recently did a video at a place called El Chunky. Can anybody, like, is there anybody have a takeaway from any of those videos that I do? Other than what? They're funny? Right? Right? That's the value that I give you when I promote a small business. I'm not telling you, hey guys, here's another place that sells hot dogs. Come and buy them. Because you know what? People are just going to scroll past that. They're like, hot dogs? There's like a wiener schnitzel. I can boil weenies at my house, right? But what I do is I add a component in there, which is humor, and I kind of give you this experience that I'm going through. Now, a lot of these places I've never been to, I go for the very first time, and their food, I'm seeing it for the very first time, and all of my reactions are legit. I don't go in there and be like, all right, well, what kind of like weird noise can I make with this, you know? Those are my experience, and that's what sells the people to go and visit his business. I posted that video that same night. That guy did $400 in sales in an hour. Because nobody cares that he sells hot dogs. It was the fact that I went in there and I shared an experience. People want to know why you make what you make, why you do what you do, and that's it. That is just the way the world is right now. And that's what I try to get small businesses to understand is once you start falling into the component of telling a story, people are going to listen. They will listen to you. Let's see. What do you sell?
Hello, everybody. My name is Lorena August, and I'm a designer and fashion consultant.
Nice. I can tell by your design jacket, please. Poor goat. So can you tell me so we can kind of bounce off of each other here? What are some of the things how do people know that you're a fashion consultant? Other than your Instagram, how do people know you're a fashion consultant?
Social media, definitely Facebook.
Okay.
My Facebook business page has been around for 11 years.
Okay.
I do have a following of 1,200, about 1,200 people that follow my business. I have consistently produced and participated and competed in freelance fashion shows since 2008.
Okay.
I was an alumni graduate 2012 from the Chancla Academy of Design and Technology, which was the top fashion school here 10 years ago, but we went bankrupt and, I was also a designer for Fashion Week 2012 at Crown Plaza with the Illuminate Showcase. So I've had some positive,
And that I'm sure that's just like the circle that you're in, the people that know you, right?
Yeah, yes.
Have you ever told your story before on social media?
Yes, well, no, on YouTube, but it didn't get any traction. I've told my stories,
Yeah. That's one of the biggest things I hear, and that's kind of what I was hoping to hear. Is, well, I started, but I just kind of gave up.
Yeah.
When I first started doing this, I had like 30 followers, and I had 1 or 2 people in my life every single night. Nobody cared about what the hell I was talking about.
Right.
Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Southside? What is that? From California. But the more and more I engaged with my people, the more and more I shared my story, people took the time to listen and understand where I was coming from, and where we get. So, part of storytelling is engaging with your customers or your fans, whatever you want to call them. Engage. If you get one comment, please don't be that snooty influencer like, I don't have time to answer comments.
Right.
I'm busy. No one's busy. We all like to pretend that we're busy, but we're not busy. We give the illusion that we're busy. Let me post 3 photos in the last hour and make it seem like I'm doing, 3 weeks of work. Well, I don't know. Engage with your following. That is the biggest thing. Storytelling and engage with your following. That's what you need to do. But I'm going to stick onto the storytelling. Every single day when you're on social media, you need to be open and available to the people that follow you. That is one of the biggest takeaways that you can take. Anything that you take away from this is be open and available to your following. Okay? We need to figure out why. Why are they talking to me? What do they need from me? What kind of value am I giving them? So the one question I have for you guys is this, go into that. What do you think is the most important metric on social media? I want to take some answers. What do you think is the most important metric? Likes, what do you think it is? Comments? What do you think? Views? You, Brenda, what do you think? Most important metric?
Following, I guess.
The story you're telling?
Insights.
Insights? No, none of that.
Feedback.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Shares.
The most important metric on social media is community. If you do not have a community of people that believe in what you're doing, you have absolutely nothing. Nothing. I don't know how many of you have ever seen me in my lives or when I talk to people. You guys who follow me, you're my boss. You're my boss. I treat you like my boss. I offer a service, which is promoting and highlighting the west and south side of San Antonio, and I build a brand that's dedicated to that. And what do you do for me in return? You like and share my videos. You engage with me. You comment. You are my marketing team as well. If you don't have a community, you have nothing. At the end of the day, that's how you got to look at your business. Yes, you have a business. You're your own boss, but you also got to look at social media as you're an employee. These people want to know, okay, well, what are you going to give me? What are you going to give me so I can like your video or share it or tell my friend about it or whatever it is, right? Community is the most important thing. I cannot stress that enough to every single one of you in this room. You need to build community. So when you're there complaining, well, I only got 3 likes. You know what you need to do? Go click on the like button, find the 3 people that liked your photo or video, go to their page, and then go like their video and leave a comment. You need to engage with your base. Those 3 people can turn into 6, 9, 12, because they're like, hey, you know what? I've always liked people's photos, but this is the first time somebody's liked mine. I get that a lot. Man, you commented back to me. Nobody ever comments back to me. Like, what? Really? What? How is that even possible? There's no way. There's no way. But believe it or not, there are people out there that do that. They're actually just support you. But they're the kind of people that want feedback as well. They're hoping to see if you're receptive at the same time. So when we do storytelling, one of the best ways to tell stories is, of course, being humorous. Everybody loves funny. Everybody loves funny. But you need to be honest with who you are as a person. So right now we're going to get into the whole you gotta be you in effort to sell what you're selling, right? Excuse me. What do you do? What do you sell? What's
Nobody
your
runs, okay? Insurance, because
Insurance.
everybody does.
Okay.
Like, okay, I don't want to talk to you.
No, you do insurance. There's, trust me, like you said insurance right now, like a flood of ideas like rush into my head.
See, and that's my point that I like. Sometimes I get lost because I say, well, insurance is boring. Since they're not getting any goods back, people are like, not interested, or
That right there in itself is a video.
working in an insurance company, it's boring. Nobody wants to talk to me. You can, yes.
But you know what? I own a general contracting company, and I know for a fact that if you do not have insurance to cover your property while you're in someone else's property, while you're working on their renovations or whatever, you can't get the job.
Yeah.
I cannot get bids if I do not have insurance.
Yeah. But see,
Zero.
that's content
Cannot.
for you. You can have a video where you have like a Karen boss owner who doesn't want to get insurance. I don't need your insurance. And then you film like the outcome of that. I'm pretty sure there's so many stories you tell about being insurance. You know, this vieja came in today and this and that or whatever. People want to see the reality that we live in. Nobody, I tell you, and I wish I could show you the video. But look at all of the things that you're doing in insurance and write them down. Write your little stories down, right? Even the good ones that you have, right? Poke fun at being an insurance agent. You know how many insurance agents are going to reach out to you and be like, man, I wish I could say that. But I wouldn't say it or not. It's okay to be a little controversial once in a while. But you got to be willing to tell that story of being an insurance agent. People want to hear it. People want to share the stories. If you're on TikTok, I will tell you right now, if you get on TikTok right now and you type in insurance agent, I promise you a plethora of videos will come out of people complaining about being an insurance agent and what it's really like. There's a whole community.
I mean, I love what I do, and
Right.
because I've been doing it since 2003.
Right.
But I do more than insurance. I help people so they don't end up losing their financials because they have a big bill from the hospital that they don't have any health insurance. Well, you need all of this in order for you to save. So I love
Yeah.
what I do. So I just need to.
So for me, like when I think of insurance, like you just said right now, like you help people like bail them out and stuff like that, or like whatever, so they don't have to pay like high fees or whatever. But no, what I'm saying is, look at all of the pros and cons to being an insurance agent, and figure out how you can tell a story from that, and that way people can relate to it. You believe it or not, I'm pretty sure there's someone out there that you have a story to share where people are going to relate to that. That's the biggest key. And I'm going to mention story again. If you cannot tell a story, right? And I'm not talking about an exaggerated story or like this Walt Disney-esque story. I always try to use my content as an example. Just tell your truth. Just tell your truth about being an insurance agent. And you're going to have people that are going to come to you and be like, you know what, I get that. That's right. You'll gain business just from doing that. You need to tell your story. That's one thing I tell everybody every single time. If nobody knows who you are, why am I going to support you? You're just like an average person on the side of the road. I'm just selling insurance. I want to know why you're selling insurance. What kind of issues you have selling insurance? Like, I want to know. I want to know. We live in a social media age right now where people want to know about what other people are doing. Why? Because the pandemic hit. Not a lot of people get out anymore. And they want to know. They like hearing other people's stories. Just think about it when you're on camera. Think about it at the time like you're hanging out with the comadres, right? Or you're at church and you gossip and you do all that stuff. Apply that to social media. It's that, I swear to God, it's stupid simple. Like I promise you. Why are you laughing at me?
With the lashes.
Oh God, yeah. But tell your stories. That's what you got to do. Like with the whole rest thing. Where did you come up with that? Like, what was the inspiration for what you do?
Do you see the microphone in front of you? Just make sure it's on.
All the way up.
No?
All the way up.
It's all the way up. There's no.
Yes. So now point it to your mouth.
Deep depression and burnout.
That's good.
That's what led that to that space of like being a small business owner, being a service provider, getting to a space of like extreme burnout and working my way through that.
Okay.
So yeah.
And have you ever thought about like documenting that like on social media for people to kind of see like where you're coming from?
Yes, but I'm a little afraid to be that vulnerable.
Okay.
So-
No, that's understandable. You can still tell a story and not have to be that vulnerable, because I think that's one of the biggest issues that a lot of people tell me. They're just like, I don't want to share too much on social media because then everybody's going to take that and then they're going to twist it on you. And, you know, I get it because I'm very vulnerable on my platform, but that's what people love about. And I don't use it as content. That's just who I really am. If I'm going to cry, I'm going to cry on my live. I've cried plenty of times. I've cried in my videos. I've been vocal about stuff because people want to connect with you. There are other people out there that feel the same way you do, but they want to know how to connect.
Yeah.
They want to know how to connect. People will tell me, whoa, man, for someone who has as many followers as you do, I didn't know that you were going through all this. People automatically assume that you have a lot of followers and that somehow you have a buttload of money.
Nope.
I don't got none of that. Okay. I don't got no money. I don't got like big sponsorships, even though I've worked with really big, great companies. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just for a limited time, and I got to go back to my regular life. It's okay to be vulnerable. You can still kind of put up a wall a little bit, but I would encourage you to share some facets of where you come from with your depression and stuff. Because trust me, for someone who's dealt with depression myself, I really love seeing the whole your page and rest and all that stuff, because it's a reminder. It reminds me of like, you know what, I do need to take a break, you know. And it pops up like at random times when I'm really stressed out. It's like, oh my God, the algorithm's so good. It's so good. But speaking of the algorithm, we're gonna go into the next part of this. TikTok and social media is not your friend, okay? I'm gonna tell you right now, at the end of the day, when it comes to social media, a lot of people like to blame themselves for the reason why they're not successful on social media. It is not you, it is them. I have 385,000 followers, and yesterday one of my videos only got like 2,000 views. Yeah. TikTok and Instagram are now based on algorithm, okay? They will only show your videos, your promos, whatever it is that you're doing on social media, including Facebook. So Facebook is the biggest culprit of that. They will only show it to who they deem needs to watch it. This is why it's important to grow a community, because with that community, you're gonna have those people to be able to share it beyond that, right? They're gonna experience your business or whatever it is that you're sharing. So please understand that social media is not your friend. You just have to keep pushing through the algorithm. I promise you, anybody can go viral on TikTok. Anybody. I've seen cats get 1 million views, and I'm like, I'm trying to preserve my community, and this cat that's just dying has got like 5.4 million views. Like, I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense. That's just the reality of it, okay? You need to continue to tell your story and keep pushing. If you focus just on views, if you just focus on likes and comments and, well, you know, the engagement, you're not gonna be able to proceed forward with what you're trying to do with your business. That's just it. So keep that in mind. The algorithm is not your friend. Don't blame yourself for that. It's gonna be okay in the sense of like, if you want to reach out to other creators, maybe they're doing a little bit better than you. Hey, don't be afraid to reach out and be like, hey, what are you doing that I'm not doing? Well, I want to know what you're doing. Build a small social media community of your own where you can figure out, hey, how do we share knowledge to be successful? That's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I know I probably sound a little all over the place and stuff. I have adult ADHD and I'm just like, my brain's everywhere, okay? But I'm hoping that with this community we have here that you guys can come to me, because I want to kind of be that anchor for you guys where you might be struggling, because I'm pretty sure a lot of what I'm saying probably doesn't pertain to a lot of what you have, the questions that you have in your head, but I'm just trying to give you a basis of what you're looking at and what you're going to be going through on social media. How many of you still just have Facebook? Yeah, okay, everybody, y'all have Instagram and Facebook? Mm-hmm. How many of you have TikTok? Y'all need to get on TikTok.
Yeah, that's awesome.
TikTok is amazing. Mm-hmm. TikTok is amazing. I'm going to tell you something. Do not be fooled. I'm going to out myself right now. Okay, I'm going to be vulnerable. And I'm going to preface this again. I have 385,000 followers on TikTok. I am not the only one. There are millions of people who have the same number as I do. Does that make me any better? No. Does that mean I know anymore? No. I go to a lot of small creators and say, hey man, what are you doing? How are you connecting with your people? I want to know what you're doing. I love what you're doing, right? Don't think that because you have big numbers, it means big time for you. I know people who have 2.2 million followers, and being in this creative world, I know big creators, and they can't push a t-shirt to save their life at all. Their business is dead in the water. They think, oh, I got 3 million followers. I'm verified. I'm funny. I go to TikTok creator houses. People are gonna buy my merch. Nope. None. I've already had 2 big creators come to me to collab with me to figure out what I'm doing and why my business is so successful. And I tell them the same thing I tell everybody else. You're not engaging with your people. You don't have a community. You lack a community. They don't have it. So don't ever be deceived and be envious of those people. Oh, I wish I had 2 million followers. Man, wish I could be there. My business, I'd be selling like crazy right now. Yes.
When you say engaging in our community, do you mean like an online community or a real community like this? Or does it matter?
When you create an online community, create a community that's local to you as well, where you can meet up.
Okay.
I work with a lot of local vendors.
Okay.
So when I did Kukui Fest, and we did, Brenda was part of Kukui Fest. She was part of both days. I made sure that my community came out and showed up for me, my local community. And a lot of the feedback that I got from that was all of these vendors told me they've never made this much money ever before in the history of being at an event. I mean, those are their words, not mine. But that's what happens when you create a community, because your community will come out for you and you're able to give back to small businesses like Brenda. Mm-hmm. And then you create a bigger community because those people now trust your word that you're doing what you say.
You're gonna do.
And now your voice has a bigger impact. So when I say I'm doing something for my West and South Side of San Antonio, when those people come out, they see it, they're like, he really does, because these people are here, and
So what if you're transitioning from like one community to another, like in real life, outside of the virtual world?
Well, a lot of the times I will tell you this, like 90% of the time your community that you create online is going to be local to you. Okay? Because the rest of it, you'll have people from out of town. Like for Kukui Fest, we had people come from Corpus and Laredo.
Oh, okay.
To come to Kukui Fest and enjoy it. Mm-hmm. I got to meet some of those people, but I'm going to tell you right now that 90% of that is going to be local.
Okay.
It's going to be local. So I know probably a lot of you watch TikTok gurus, probably Instagram gurus, social media gurus. They'll tell you need to post 2-3 times a day.
Yes.
Right?
Remember that.
You gotta post 7 times a day. If you don't do it, 7-second videos, 15-second videos. I'm gonna tell you, in the 2-year time that I have been doing this, I have not done a single one of those things. I'm just kind of like, what in the world are you talking about? You crazy. And you always have those people, I'm a social media marketing manager, and I'm gonna teach you how to grow, but I have 200 followers and like 34 likes or something like that. Like, excuse me? Why are you giving advice? It's kind of like when those old ladies come up to you with Herbalife. I lost 10 pounds. No, you didn't. So, sorry, I got sidetracked there for a second. Herbalife, I was just at Walmart. But no, you're gonna get a lot of intimidation. You're gonna get a lot of people telling you, oh, I know, you shouldn't do that. Or that's not how that works. Or mira, look, I was watching this guy and he said, no. Do what you know how to do for you.
Amen.
Okay? If it works out for you, then great. Look, Miss Thang over here, I didn't get your name, I'm so sorry. Jordan. Ooh. I know Jordan doesn't have a huge following, but I engage with her content because it brings me value. I get to rest. She has little inspirational quotes and stuff. She brings value, okay? In most cases, someone like a small creator like her would say, like, oh my God, this guy has all these followers, he's following me, he likes my content, what am I doing? Oh, you're providing value. You gotta provide value. So, I know I was talking to this young gentleman over here in the front with the maroon jacket. He was telling me the stuff that he makes. And he was sharing his story about, the process of having to get these stones and everything. That's what we need. I want to know your story, not right now.
No. Yeah.
But, because nothing will be heard. But I want to know, I'm going to give you all some homework. Okay? I'm going to give you all some homework. I'm going to follow every single one of you, whatever platform you're on. Okay? You're going to leave me your handles before y'all walk out of here. I'm going to follow y'all. And I want y'all to do one story telling me who you are and why you do what you do. I'll even re-download Facebook. Because I have Facebook, don't worry. It's for my friends.
We're friends now.
Yes. Whether it be Facebook, Instagram, but your homework today is download TikTok and make your very first. We were all gonna do a TikTok right now, but I feel like, with time and everything, I want you to make your very first TikTok tonight. You have the option for a 3-minute video, okay? So like 3 minutes. Ma'am, what is going on back there? I said download it, but not right now. I get my 4-year-old impatient. She's like, I'm excited. I'm gonna download it right now. I know. So dope. No, but download it. If you need help downloading it before you leave from here, we'll download it for you. We'll help you create a profile before you leave from here. Okay? I want you guys to tell me your story. I want to know who you are, why you do what you do, and what's your goal. Okay? I want to see it. And what I'm going to do is after I watch all those videos, if I have any feedback, I want to reach out to y'all. And if y'all need any help, if you have any questions, I want to be able to go in more depth with you guys. Because like I said, I think some of the stuff that I'm covering right now is just really just basic stuff, basic knowledge. I think that anybody can learn. And if I do repeat myself a little bit, I do apologize. But one of the other things that, for small business wise, guys, and these are just pet peeves of mine, and I just want to tell you that how this can damage your small business, is I get that, and there's 2 things. One, people do giveaways. Please do not do giveaways. Stay away from giveaways. This is what giveaways say about your business. Giveaways say, I'm desperate and I need your attention. Does anybody know, like what do most influencers ask you when they do giveaways? Does anybody know? Like what is the main thing they always ask?
Like
and follow. Share, right?
Please subscribe.
It's the cheapest way to get following, but it's the most desperate way to get following. Think of it like panhandling. Man, I need to reach 500 followers. How do I get there? I'm gonna give away some junk that I spent like $6 at the Dollar Tree, make a basket, and I'm gonna give it away, so follow me. And then they wonder why at the end of the day their business is failing. Oh, I have 600 followers. I thought all these people, nobody likes you. They like your giveaway prize. And then they don't engage with you anymore. And then your business fails. You want to create organic reach. So you want to take care of your business by staying away from like raffles and giveaways. This will allow you people to see that you take your business serious. Okay? You take your business serious because you're not doing these really over the top like things to make you look desperate. It's like a carnival. People only follow you for that stuff and then it's over with. So here's another big pet peeve of mine. Don't think that because you hire an influencer to promote your item that you're gonna make any money. It's not gonna happen. Trust me. I have a lot of brands reach out to me. We'd love for you to sell this product. Can you share it? I'm like, no. Because I know my following, I know my people, they're not gonna buy it. I mean, what am I gonna do with like foot lotion? Hey guys, I just tried this foot lotion for my athlete's foot. It works great. I don't have athlete's foot. You know? But yeah, don't think that because you see somebody with 50, 60,000 followers, like, oh my God, they got a lot of following, that means people are gonna see me. That does not mean anything at all. If we're talking about business like in the real world, that's not gonna really do it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it, right? I'm not saying if you feel like it's gonna help you, great, then try it out. But I guarantee you that 100%, you're probably gonna get a few followers. You may get like 1 or 2 people that are gonna buy something from you, and that's it. And that's the end of your business. Because they're just doing it, oh, well, this person's giving me free merchandise, and I got my free merch, and now I don't have to talk about it anymore. And then they're on their merry way. And that's it. Kind of like here, like we were talking about earlier, you know, people come and speak or do things, right? They get their money, see you later. Like no value, it's just whatever, and they're out, all right? So, hopefully so far, does anybody have any questions? I see you over there, I don't know if you have a mic right me over.
No, I'm just not here. We have a restaurant, so I'm just
Oh, okay.
just letting all this settle in, thinking of
Yeah, well, I love restaurants. No. Let me like harp in on that real quick with you because I think I get a lot of restaurants that reach out to me. If you see my content, a lot of me is going to restaurants. One of the things that, like I was telling them, you know, like just because I have so many followers, if you don't need it, that's fine. I'm just gonna. I pride myself on being able to tell an experience when I go to restaurants because I think for me, that's the part that I miss as a kid when I used to watch like a Chuck E. Cheese commercial, Peter Piper's, right? That purple dinosaur would run on the stage and it's like, oh my God, I want to go there. Like, I want to go there. If you find people, hell, I even come and do it. I don't charge, but I just feed me. Now, you want to find people that are really going to be able to put emphasis on your restaurant, like the food, the experience, right? Because that's what you're selling. A lot of people go to restaurants for the atmosphere. Yes, the food's great, but I go because of the experience that I'm gonna have, right? I always tell people as a business owner, especially when you're working in restaurants, when you're doing TikToks, include yourself. Let people know who you are. Don't hire a social media manager, because I'm gonna tell you, a lot of them are a waste of time and money when you can just do it yourself. And you can just call someone like me, hey, what kind of ideas do you think, or whatever, or maybe have some people come review your food or whatever, right? It's that simple. You don't have to spend money to be on social media. These influencers are here to take money from your pockets. For an event like this alone, of what I'm doing and what I'm sharing with you, which again is basic knowledge, it's not, some of you are probably like, well, that's common sense, but a lot of people don't grasp that. Senora.
I didn't know it.
I'm just kidding. I don't want to give you a hard time. Apaga Facebook, comadre. She's gonna turn out okay. He left her. Just leave her. Let her hang by herself. You want to make sure, like, look again for an event like this. If I were to charge somebody just for this, because I feel like, ooh, these are the secrets. There's no secrets. Just business knowledge, research. I did all this by myself. I probably would have charged like $5,000. $5,000. That's probably what I would have charged. Why? Because there's so many people here, and I'm sharing my secrets. They provided you those sandwiches I did, but I'm still gonna charge you because you ate. I gotta download the app on your phone. I'm gonna charge you. I got a family to feed. Right? No. So you don't need to hire influencers to make your business more successful, especially if you have a restaurant. A lot of these, and I'm just telling you, I have a couple friends that do food, right? And but they do what they do because they really enjoy food. But a lot of these influencers see this as, what am I gonna eat today? Whose restaurant's ass I can kiss today, and say their food is so good that I'll come and take $6 from them every other day. I love it here so much. I'm gonna just come into it. Trust me, I know a lot of foodies that are like that. They do what they do. You gotta remember, this is a job for them. How am I gonna extort you for something for free? What am I gonna do? I never reach out to anybody. People reach out to me. If I'm good enough, someone will say, hey, I wanna invite you to my restaurant, and I want you to try my food because I think what you do is great, and I wanna feed you. It's not me, hey, I'm an influencer, I got 100,000 followers, check out my views, give me free food, because I promise you. I'm sure y'all have all seen those stories where people are like making fun of influencers that go, well, I just made a post and, I won't charge you if you just like comp the meal, right? This is the most proudest moment I've ever had in my life because I've never eaten really fancy ever, but I don't know if y'all saw this video. Bohannon's invited me to go eat at their restaurant. They paid my $650 tab. Like, they invited me. They asked me to come.
The Grey Poupon?
The Grey Poupon. I was like, this is cheap mustard. Why would they have this here? Why would you want it here? So, yes, ma'am.
Joe, I have a question.
Sure.
I know some people maybe want to ask you their own questions later on. But I was going to ask you, have you ever had something that went viral that surprised you? Like any surprises in your journey?
Video. Every video. Every single video. No, you know what? I think I'm surprised every single day that something goes viral. To me, 1,000 views is viral. How many times can you say 1,000 people watched your video, right?
Right.
I don't care. I really do not care about views. I don't care about views. I don't care about likes. None of that. I don't. I can have a video with 30,000 views, have like 50 comments. Okay. That's 50 people that are going to go try that restaurant, or that's 50 people that shared my video or favored it. And then what happens when I do a live, because I use my live to sell my t-shirts. So I have my own brand called Chancla Academy, of course. But for someone who has the following I have, those same 40, 50 people show up in my live and they support me and they buy my brand. They buy my shirts, right? Whether it's $25, $30, whatever it is. I engage with those. That's why I always try to tell people, especially when you see something like that, you want to make sure that you focus on them. So what's y'all's restaurant? You look familiar to me.
Yeah. Here, let's hear here comes the microphone.
I'm just curious about your restaurant because I've seen you before.
It's kind of my family. We had a restaurant called Taco Haven for many years, but I was Taco Haven.
You were Taco Haven.
We closed and we opened our own business. Me and my wife, a little restaurant,
Okay.
little cafe on the south side.
Nice,
So,
nice.
Just want to get.
It's called Reggie's Tex-Mex.
Yeah, it's Reggie's Tex-Mex.
Thank you, we were
Cafe.
waiting for that.
That's what I was waiting for.
We're just trying to learn. I mean, we've been in the business for 50 years, but this new video, what do you call it, social media, it's new to me, so I just want to learn, figure it out.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's stupid easy. You just gotta be willing to create.
Put yourself out there.
Put yourself out there. Yeah, tell your story. When people think, when you make social media content that you have to be funny, that you have to be super creative, that you have to have because people will watch other people on social media and they're like, I gotta copy them. That's the worst thing I see. Well, I did this trend, so I've seen it 100,000 times. Trust me, when you're on TikTok, you will see the same thing over and over. It's very repetitive. Try to find something that influences you, right? Influences you, right? At the end of the day, what I tell people is, you're not here to influence anybody. You're here to inspire people, right? You're here to inspire people. You can be under the influence. And then this little thing I heard it on the internet one time, 2 years ago. And this guy was talking about being under the influence, right? When you're under the influence, everything's kind of in a haze. You don't really see clearly. You're just high on the moment. And then you come down from that high, and then things just come crashing down. Because you're not on that high anymore. You're not on it anymore. So I started telling myself, well, what am I going to do to be able to get people to commit to something like this, do it as a job or a career, whatever they want to do. And I said, I looked up the definition for inspiration and influence. And they're two very different, definitions. I said, I need to start inspiring people. Yes.
Okay, so for being inspirational to people, you actually influential. Yes, exactly. So for me, being a high schooler, in 10th grade, you go under so many stuff because people can't keep their comments to themselves.
Right.
So people go under depression. They start feeling bad about themselves. And whenever I have a bad day at high school, and I want to cry, I open TikTok immediately because your videos inspire me. And I don't feel emotional anymore because whenever I see abuela hitting never hitting somebody, it just makes my day turn around upside down.
Well,
I feel opposite of sad.
Thank you for sharing that. Anytime I'm predicting price somewhere. So,
I love your content.
I'm sorry, I have to kill my emotions with humor right now. You gotta remember something. I'm gonna be 37 this month, y'all knew that. I'm gonna be 37 years old this month. I started this when I was 35. And to see someone as young as her be inspired to change her world, that's why I do what I do. I don't wake up saying this is why I'm gonna do it. I hope somebody finds me inspirational. I do it because I can relate to her. I grew up watching comedy because I grew up very poor. I lived in an abusive household. My mom was an alcoholic. My dad was abusive. I didn't have any other outlets. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. I either spent time with my grandmother, which is, again, she's the biggest inspiration for Chancla Academy, But I look to people like Eddie Murphy and Dave Chappelle and all these comics because humor is what made me happy. It turned my day around no matter what I was going through. God, man, you're making me cry. I feel it right here. But that's, at the end of the day, that should be your end goal, is my content brings her value. That is what I'm talking about. That is the value. Think about your most favorite creator that you follow on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook and say, why do I follow them? Why do I continue to engage with their content? That's what you need to figure out for yourself. Why do I do what I do? How is it affecting people? And that's the most important part, is when you engage with your following, when you engage with the people that interact with you and you figure out who they are, I promise you, it's going to be smooth sailing for you in your small business. Because everything I'm telling you right now is the same thing I use as an influencer. I hate that word. It's a dirty word. It's a bad word. I hate that word. I consider myself an artist because I think it takes art and creativity to be able to pull off what I pull off. Everything I do is improv. None of it is script. If I were to show up to your restaurant right now, I just scan everything and I'm just like, I know what I'm going to do. Boom. And I'm done in like 10 minutes. What you guys to do today too is look inside yourselves and find out who you really are. And Simba. You are my son. That's my favorite movie. I can put that thing on mute, no subtitles, word for word. I promise you. Don't challenge me, I'll do it. But you really do need to figure out like what you. I want to highlight Brenda real quick for a second. Brenda, not only does she know my like in-laws from the other side, which is weird. Brenda sells these really beautiful little earrings, right? They're like little pan dulces and tacos and stuff or whatever.
Brenda, are you wearing some right now?
I'm wearing, yes, I made these last night. They're the Little Debbie Christmas tree cakes. These are the Little Debbie Christmas tree cake earrings that I made. I make pan de dulce conchas, and they're scented. Some smell like conchas, some smell like cotton candy, some smell like bubble gum. I make carne guisada and cheese taco earrings. I make bean and cheese taco earrings. Right now, my hot seller right now are my tamale earrings, and I hand make them.
Oh,
yeah. I want a dozen. Talk to me after this, girl. Yeah.
But what I noticed about Brenda is really, really into her business. Like, she's instead of having a conversation, she's telling me like, I don't know what to do next. Like, I want to make this. She's talking about her business. She's trying to figure out what to do next. And she's consulting to me like, I don't know nothing about earrings. I'm all like, make tipas. Scented tipas. I just dipped in it. But no, like Brenda's really, really into her business, but all of her merchandise is the story. Like I went to her booth, she gave me some items for my daughter and stuff, but there's this story that she tells with her merchandise. So she doesn't even have to tell you a story, essentially. She tells it with the product that she makes, right? And that's why I highlight her, is because there's not a lot of vendors out there that can do that. It's just like, hey, I'm selling earrings too. I made them of bread. Come and buy them. They just sit there. When I first met Brenda, Brenda was very like, hey, welcome, The moment she just started promoting her items right away. Right away. She wasted no time. And then I got to know her. And then I got some free stuff, which I didn't ask for. But no, she immediately started telling me this story about her business. Hey, I made these by hand. I made them scented. These are my newest. She was letting me know what she was doing. I was so engaged with her because I was just like, well, what else did you make? I want to see, I want to know, I want to feel it. Because when somebody tells me I made something, I get excited. I'm like, oh my God, how did you do this? Like, I want to know, I want to feel it, I want to touch it, I want to smell it now, It really does smell like conchas, I promise you. She said some lady didn't want to buy them because her cat was going to attack her or something like that. And I was just like, I would attack you. But it's just little things. It's little things like that people miss when they're running their business, right? It's just like, what's the story? And Brenda's story is She handcrafts every single one of these items. And if you know anybody that's in your family or you yourself have ever handcrafted something, you know how difficult it is to make something. Especially on the small scale that she makes it, perfection. I mean, these things look like legit. They don't look like a globbed up mess or whatever. She really puts a lot of effort, time and effort into her product. And that's another form of storytelling when you make a product, right? Don't just be like, I sell this bracelet. It looks like you bought it off one of those infomercials. Yeah, it just sells itself. Have you seen those commercials? I see them still to this day. But no, you go to storytelling. I would love to see why I mean, now that you see like Taco Haven's like y'all's new thing or whatever, I'd love to see y'all's journey as a couple, married?
Yes, married.
Okay. I didn't want to get you in trouble, sorry. I'd like to know like what was, that hardship to get there, like what it took to get there, what's the process, right? Having employees and stuff like that. I want to know. Show your food too, but I want to know. That's why I watch TikTok. I could go to YouTube and stuff, but the reason why I watch TikTok is because people are so open and vulnerable there. It's engaging. People tell you their stories, but then they start telling you, you listen to their stories, and then they talk about their business, and it makes you want to support them even more, because then you're like, man, I can relate to that. I know what it's like to, be on food stamps or not have any food in my house, Just say what you're feeling. Don't turn it into content. That's what I tell people. It's content, but don't make it content. I don't sit there and say, man, I was really sad earlier. I should talk about that. Didn't see many heartstrings. Everything I do is in the moment, right? You can even ask my kid. I'll be at Walmart, and I'm just going. And he's just like, oh man, I gotta walk away from this guy. He's like, what are you doing? Don't put me on your videos. And if you know Ariel, well, me and Ariel love making TikToks together. She slapped me yesterday. Also share candid moments in your business, right? Share candid moments. But when I say that, don't focus too much on your business all the time. People know you have a business, okay? They know that you sell whatever you sell. Let them get to know you. Sell you. Sell yourself. Hey, let me tell you why I am who I am, but let me tell you also why you should buy my product. This is why I have my small business. I probably, oh my God, my DMs on TikTok are 99 plus every single day. I can't even break. I read 3 and it's like, oh, I just stopped reading them because you started a conversation with somebody and they want to talk to you more. But I get a lot of people in there, in my DMs. She does not, she's not in my DMs. I would block you. No kids allowed. No, one of the biggest takeaways that I've noticed when interacting with people is you're gonna have a lot of people that are gonna want to reach out to you, right? They're gonna want your advice because they're gonna see you as this higher being, I guess, if you want to say that. They want, oh, like this, that, like what they're doing, right? Engage with them. Engage with them. Because you never know. I'm gonna tell you right now, you never know who's watching, at all. I was doing a video, I was talking about the West Side, I was talking about my business, I was talking about Chancla Academy. George Lopez was watching my live. I get invited to the Majestic Theater. He sees me. Hey, what's that? I don't know, sir. It's Chancla Academy. I got to do a video with my hero. And that was on Instagram, and that's it. I had 5 people watching me.
Wow.
Because I wasn't doing Instagram. You never know who's watching. Then to top it off, the next day, I had 12 people watching my live. And the mayor's wife was in there. She came on, joined my live, Miss Erica Prosper, and blessed, literally, Chancla Academy. I love what you do. I respect what you do. More doors opened up for me. Boom, right there. Just recently, if y'all know about the new store called Poco Loco that just opened up, they bought out all the La Fiestas. The owner reached out to me and says, hey, I love what you do. I want you to be our new social media marketing manager to do stuff for them.
Nice.
I went there this morning thinking I was just gonna shoot a video. And he's like, I love what you do. So like the other guy's like, well, I don't think you should be cussing. He's like, that's why I hired him. So like, he gave me some really positive words. And it just proves that while I sit in my house every single day thinking, man, maybe I do cuss too much, or maybe I shouldn't do this, or my content can be controversial. There are tons of people out there that see the value in what you do. And that's me being me. That's me. He was in my live. He like jumped in my live on TikTok. I don't know who was there. There was nobody here that was in my live that was with me that day. But he's like, hey, I'm the owner of Poco Loco. We bought out La Fiesta. And I was like, oh, block this guy. Another weirdo. Just recently, I had this, so there's a place called Stockroom 210 inside River Center Mall. I've been struggling for the last year to get my business going. These guys didn't even know me. We believe in, oh, you saw my banners, right? And I was like, I don't want those banners, but okay. These guys believed in what I'm doing so much. I mean, they invested $4,000 into my small business, so they made a bunch of t-shirts for me. I've got to work with HEB. I've got to work with a lot of businesses, some that I can't even say that we're going to be doing in the future, but I mean, girl.
Wow, very nice.
But no, that's going to lead me to my next thing from this and tell you why my accomplishments are so important. I work with other people, other creators that I deem my friends and that I think are really good, humble people. And one of the biggest blessings that they've ever had, which is one of them was my food friend. His name is Mike. He does As Seen in SA. He was like, man, I don't know what to do. I want to do something big for my video, to really put me out there. I said, hey man, I'm going to Bohannon's. They invited me. Told Bohannon's, can I invite my friend? Boom. He went, he did that video. Now he has like some of the nicest restaurants reaching out to him. Because I gave him an opportunity. And it wasn't like, I'm going to give you an opportunity. It's like, hey man, just come and hang out. Just do some content, man. See if it works for you. Now he does some pretty cool restaurants. He's got more people reaching out to him. They love his style and everything. When you network and you believe in what you're doing and you get opportunities, share those opportunities with those around you. Share them with everybody. The same way I'm sharing my knowledge right now. The same way I'm using my accomplishments to better my community and better other creators that are out there. I highly recommend that you do the same as well. Don't be selfish. Don't be greedy. Because greedy people don't get anywhere at all. I can tell you right now, I've probably missed out on so many opportunities because companies wanted me to be greedy. They wanted me to be greedy. They didn't want me to share anything that I was doing with anybody. I said, I can't do that. I can't. Because I remember at a time when I didn't have an opportunity and I wanted a chance.
Amen. Yep.
So now you have I'm giving people a chance. I don't charge anybody for anything that I do. The biggest piece of real estate, or if you want to call it monetization, that I get from this is the networking. Recently, I just got to do a big campaign with Texas Blood and Tissue. We're doing another one in December, and then we're going to do Sangre Fest, which it's an official partnership with Texas Blood and Tissue. We're going to do like a little rock emo thing, get Latinos to come out and donate blood. This was an idea I pitched to them. They didn't even hesitate. They're like, yes, we'll do it. I'm going to get paid for it, thankfully, but there are these small creators that are in the rock world, they do DJ and stuff, and I'm giving them the opportunity to do it. And that's going to give them, that's going to allow them to be more successful, So, like I said, if you take anything, just please, if you enjoy success and you get success, the best way to be happy and have more success is if you share it with the rest of the world. Okay? Share it. Because at the end of the day, what I do is I do this for my community. I don't do it for me. There's a plus. Yes, ma'am.
Can I say something?
So reminds me of my mom. Hold on, mijo, I want to say something.
No, albeit, it's not for me, it's for maybe you to benefit not only you, but other people in the community. So albeit you don't charge anyone anything, but maybe ask people to bring a can of food. Being Thanksgiving, maybe you can gather, a big group like this. I would have gladly brought cans of corn or something for the food bank.
Yeah.
And like you say, it won't benefit you, but the community. And then also, I want to say something to the young lady and the young man that own the restaurant. I noticed that during COVID, different restaurants were offering like say maybe for instance, a dozen of enchiladas, and then they would have a package. Well, recently I saw at this restaurant, they're charging $52 for a family-sized meal, and it's not that big. I noticed, that it said like 16 ounces, things like that. I thought, $52? Oh, that's a lot of cash for, who has $52 nowadays to spend on that? Anyway, just thought I'd mention that to you.
I spent
Thank you.
$52 on shoes.
I know, but with
My shoes are ride or die. These shoes I have on right now, I've had them for 5 years, and I spent $5.99 at Walmart. People tell me, why don't you get new shoes? I'm like, why? They got my back. They've had my back. I don't need new ones. I think the soles are missing right now, like the cushion. But I used to walk barefoot. It's the same. No, but oh my God, I totally forgot where I was at. Opportunities. There you go. Thank you so much. I wish my wife was here. She'd be like on my back. She'd be like, stop talking. Anyways, so yeah, make sure to share those opportunities as much as you can. So what I'm going to do is, I think we don't have a whole lot. I think we have like 30 minutes left of anything. I'm going to open up the floor for questions so that way, whatever you got, I'm going to try to answer the best that I can. I hope that everything I shared with you today, even on the personal part, that you've taken away a little bit of something, even if it wasn't a whole lot, if you felt like, well, this wasn't really for me. Like I said, I'm here if you want to talk in depth, like, hey, this is what I'm doing, I didn't really understand, whatever it is, reach out to me. Again, like I said, I don't charge for my services, and this is the reason, that's where I left off, because I wanted to make a point with that. My biggest monetization from that is I have a network of people. The city is my playground. I can go anywhere and shoot my skits, film, do whatever I want. I don't have to ask anybody for permission. If I need something, want something, I got it. My children's book, we're halfway there because people have donated to that because I don't charge them anything. And right now, like I'm in the process of creating my own production studio because I want to help other Latinos creators, grow and use my platform to do that. I have people that are saying like, hey, we'll sponsor your studio. I do 2-3 videos for them already. What do you need? Oh, it's gonna cost me $400 a month for a studio. All right, well, I'll get with a couple other business owners and we'll sponsor your studio each month for a year. That's why I do the way I do it. Because at the end of the day, the reward's bigger. Why am I gonna charge you and have a parasitic relationship with you? $100 to do this. All right, see you later. I'll never see you again. When I can create a network. We right now have created a network. We're networking right now. So if you need me, I can help you. And if I need you, I'll come to you. I'm not gonna ask you for money or anything like that. Just the food. I'm so ignorant. It was like, can we do tomorrow? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. So I just really quick. You have a small business, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of small business do you have? I just didn't want to leave
We have
you
a
out.
Native American business. We make jewelry. My daughter makes bracelets. She goes to different events. She goes to the Texas A&M University, where she sets up whenever they have an event, and she sells makes the bracelets for them.
Okay.
My wife makes Native American crafts. Also, she makes headdresses. So what we plan to do is, as she's making a headdress, take pictures of her from the beginning to the end.
Okay. Oh man, y'all, I'm sure, oh my God, like you have stories to tell, like that alone, just like your family history and stuff like that. Like I said, when you download TikTok today, when we get you out of here, I want y'all to make a video, like I said. I want to know about y'all, why y'all are doing it, give us a little bit of your history. I promise you there's a Native American community out there. You show them what you're doing and how you're doing it and how it supports you and your family and whatever. I promise you that it will boom. Oh, boom. You just gotta be patient, right? When you plant that seed in your water, it's not gonna grow tomorrow. It takes a couple weeks or whatever. I've helped small businesses and they've grown really quick. Lucky for them. Some, they didn't do so well because they're not committed. And that's like the biggest thing I'll say is just, like I said, be committed. Don't make a video tonight and be like, I'm gonna wait to see what Joe says. And then he says, and well, I don't feel, be committed. Every single day. After today, after I see your one video, I'm going to go back, like I said, I'm going to help y'all and just kind of give you my critique or whatever. Make a video every single day. Just one. Just one. One. Is that too much to ask? Am I asking for too much? No.
Joe, I have one question for you.
Yes. I love
You know,
First.
my wife makes a lot of things for people, and they come back and they give her, they tell her, oh, this is real beautiful. Can you make me another one? Can you make me this set? Can you put that in TikTok, people coming back and telling us how they like the product?
Definitely. What I would recommend you do is figure out, I'm sure like every piece of jewelry is different, right? Or headdress or whatever it is. Ask the person when you're making the video, hey, why do you need this? What's the purpose of this bracelet? Oh, you know what, I'm making it for my daughter. Why? Oh, well, my daughter's going through so much right now. Have them tell your story and then do a video. And this is probably going to be for most of y'all. If you don't really know how to utilize TikTok, you might have a niece or a nephew that understands social media. Have them record you crafting the item.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, hey, this is why we make it. We're making it for this beautiful person, Sandra, and she's going through a lot right now, and this red ruby is for healing or whatever. I'm just putting, tell that story of why you're making that for them and what it means to you and how your jewelry helps this person and why are they coming back. People want to know why you do it. Yeah, okay, we all want to make money. Who doesn't, right? But obviously I think you said 35 years? You've been doing it for 35 years. At this point, I'm pretty sure you have hundreds, if not thousands of stories of why people come back. You don't know their stories.
No.
They go off and they're like, yeah, I made this for Mia because this, and that. They have stories too. Capture their stories. Hey, can I record you? Write down why you're doing it, and then maybe she can help you out, edit it, do some voiceovers, whatever. Are you familiar with TikTok? Yeah, because you know how it works. You know the TikTok culture. You know how it is. So have her help you put this beautiful story together. Okay? And people will gravitate towards that. You may not get a ton of views in the beginning or a lot of comments, but keep doing it. Keep pushing that narrative. This is why we did it for 35 years. And I'm pretty sure this business is going to go on to her and whoever else, and she wants to continue that. Build your business based on your history.
Right.
Right? So that's the advice I have for you with that.
Okay. The name of our business is Piece of Heaven Native American Rock Shop.
That's going to be $35 for that plug, sir. Now, we'll make sure I'm pretty sure we'll all get together and get your business card and stuff like that. So, we'll leave it up for questions now.
There are no galitos, and everybody, we have a question right here, but afterwards, I have a piece of paper where everybody's going to write their handle.
Yes, please.
Because we're going to remember today, November 2022, we want to watch you all grow and evolve.
Yes.
And
I would love to visit y'all like 6 months from now to see where she's stuff.
Yeah, and then we also have the tickets that we need you to get because this is a celebration for us. Coming together, community is a celebration for us. So that's why we're doing door prizes. And so we have a question here. Go ahead.
Can we have a round for him before the questions?
Thank you. Yes.
My name is Lotus Rios. I run the Harlandale Sunshine Pantry here on the south side. I don't know how to run TikTok, but how would I be able to use that for the pantry? I'm a mutual aid pantry, and I service households here on the south side. How can I use TikTok to help us? I guess, how do I do it?
Get more people to donate to you and stuff like that?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm new to it. I don't have anybody young that helps me in a sense.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, how do I go ahead and do, how does that?
Yeah, I mean, and I'm going to put emphasis, like I told everybody, I think you got here a little late. Yeah, so one of the things I'm telling everybody is have a story to tell. TikTok is really, really heavy on storytelling. Like I was explaining to him, people want to know why you're doing what you're doing. They want to give them a reason to believe in your cause, right? Because there's a lot of food pantries out there. But what's so unique and special about yours? Who are the people that you work with, the people that you help, the families that you help? Maybe getting testimonials from those families, something. What I suggested you do is write all the positives of doing it and then also write the cons. I know you hear the word cons and you probably think like, well, we don't really deal with anything bad. Well, I mean, if you're not getting enough food, if you're needing something, or if there's women that need something, kids need something, right? These are the cons. This is what we're missing. This is what we need. Tell those stories. Tell a story. Like when you're on TikTok, I always tell people, utilize it like you're talking to your friend or your other peers. Guys, we really need to do this because this is X, Y, and Z, right? TikTok is that type of platform where you don't have to commercialize yourself. You can be you, tell your story and say why you do what you do, and people are gonna flock to you because they wanna hear your story. But you gotta be consistent with telling your story. You can't just give up because you didn't get a lot of likes or anything like that. What I explained to everybody here was the most important thing is you need to build yourself a community of people that are gonna rally behind you and support you, so that when you do tell your stories, they're gonna share it with other people, and they're gonna be able to come to your aid if you need it.
Oh, okay, cause we don't make any money off of this, this is all me.
Of course.
And that's what I was like, I thought TikTok was primarily for people who are trying to promote I'm new to everything, so.
I make no money from TikTok. You can, but I don't. It's not worth it.
Okay. No, like, because everybody's promoting their business.
Oh, right, okay.
And I'm not really a business, I don't get paid for what I do, it's all mutual aid, that means we basically, we run off of the kindness of our neighbors. And, that's why I was like, how do I do this if I'm not promoting a business, but I'm promoting a pantry?
Yeah, no, like I explained to them, all of the basic information I'm giving you goes across. If you're an influencer, if you're a small business or something that, like nonprofit type stuff, it all applies across the board. There's no there's different rules and stuff for everybody. Just the basic of TikTok and why it's so powerful is the storytelling part. If you spend some time on TikTok, I promise you, you're gonna see a lot of people talking about either their problems or success, issues, whatever it is. It's like Google search, type in like food pantries or whatever, right? You might not see a lot of creative stuff, but find out like who are telling stories and kind of gather inspiration from that and say, okay, how can I do this my way? But like I was telling all of them, and of course you heard me, if you want to go more in depth with, shooting a video or whatever, or like trying to figure that out, just let me know. I'm here. I'm here.
Cool, because we got a Christmas, we got a lot of Thanksgiving things, and we have Christmas and we have like Thanksgiving, and we support meals for Christmas and for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to every avenue, so I'm putting everything as best as I can. And thank you.
Yeah, no, you're welcome.
I was just gonna say, we're putting the handouts so that people can write their handles. Please write if it's Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, so that, make it easy for him to find. But we're all about collaboration, and so we're gonna have a conchas and cafe event December 2nd. So, we just finished doing a drive for professional clothes for A&M. Maybe we could do one for the pantry, because we're here to support each other, and so we're definitely going to continue to do that in 23. Okay, you have a question over here?
Okay, so what if you had a TikTok and it you did it for business, didn't really take off, you had followers interested, but it just didn't take off, and then you lost that account, like you couldn't get access to it again, so you had to start a new one, and the first video you did was really just, you were reaching for that human relation, that human interaction, and you shared the story or the video, and it goes viral, and I'm talking 600 plus, and after that you continue to use it for your business. Would that be a signal for me to continue to be more personal?
Yeah.
Because
So TikTok, TikTok is very. So the way TikTok works is everybody has their own algorithm for their own page, right? So you don't have the same algorithm everybody else. Nobody shares the same algorithm. So for example, with me, when I make a video, when I go to a restaurant and I'm running around like a moron yelling at food items and saying whatever, TikTok knows, oh, people like this. So if it's gone viral, we're going to show it to those people again. So what you want to do is do different styles. Like I said, you don't always have to be too personal. Share share the human side of your business.
What if the video that went viral was an extremely painful video?
Well, then
emotionally painful.
Yeah, well, that's going to be up to you at the end of the day. I can't tell you man, share your most,
The reason, to be more specific, I just moved back to San Antonio from Uvalde.
Okay.
When I'm not running my business, I'm a teacher.
Okay.
I was a survivor from the shooting.
Oh.
So that's what the video is about.
Okay.
And I went down to one of the memorials 2 days after. Some of those students were my summer school kids. And so I didn't do too much talking on that first one. I just wanted to show
Right.
like, what was happening to us. I didn't post it for the intention to go viral. I really didn't think anybody was gonna watch it. But within 48 hours, I got over like 600,000 views, and I got like all kinds of messages from people all over the world, and like hearts, 38,000 hearts, something like that. And so I made another. There were a few negative comments,
As
but
always.
most of the negative comments were like false accusations, like we never cared about our students. And I made a counter video to address that. I'm like, you don't know us. We did love our students. We did care about them. We were already doing everything we possibly could.
Well, what I'll tell you is TikTok is a very controversial app. So they like controversy. But what I would focus on, of course, you shared that story of yours. You want to share, you know, some of the stuff that's happening here. Oh, she was next.
Well, we have two more questions
Oh,
over
okay,
here in
yeah.
the rest of the room.
Oh.
We're gonna come back to them, don't worry. But,
I'm all about law and order. No. But yeah, no, again, it's going to be up to you at the end of the day on what you feel like is subjective or what you want to share on social media, whether, you know, again, sorry for what happened in Uvalde, that you had to, that was something that you were a part of, you know. My heart goes out to those people, but it's up to you at the end of the day on what you want to share. That's what I'm telling you right now. There are going to be times where you're going to share something and you're not going to get the reaction you thought you were going to get, but use that as a tool to guide you to the next thing. Because I'll tell you what, the content that I make when I first started, it wasn't what it is now. But anytime I tried something new and it was successful, I ran it into the ground, I would say. But I use that as a stepping stone to kind of help me evolve where I'm going. Because you never know who you're going to help. You never know.
Joe, I don't have a question, but I just want to say that Gabriela and Rosanna have been a great service to the community. They've helped everybody that I know, and they're always, you know, doing a lot of things for the community. I can't say enough about them. They're great people.
Yeah, no, and I believe that. And I think right now one of the things that I want to try to work on is help them, you know, get a little more recognition. Get them help them grow their community so that there are more of us, so we can come out and network more and help each other more. But again, it takes all of us. You know, we can't just depend on Rosanna and Gabriela to do that by themselves. So.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, because you're right. When people love and trust you, you know, like I always try to highlight, you know, all the people we work with. That's why we want to continue following everyone. I love your idea about following the handles.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that too.
I have a business called De La Luz Artistry, and I've been trying to bring up my business, but the way it's going, it's not so good. I do make like every little pieces I save, and I'm turning it into art. And I've been selling my items and everything. Me and my daughter, we are the owners of the business. We do photo shoots. We try to get people to model, just to do our designs on them.
So
and then I do paintings, and I'm very good at my paintings. I love to get lost in it. It's like I feel like I'm free inside my paintings and stuff like that. But how do I go about it to bring my business up?
Well, first of all, I want to say that I'm glad to hear that you want. I commend you for that, because a lot of people do what they do for whatever reasons, and it's never usually because they love
my grandma.
Yeah, and that's and I can relate to you. That's why I do what I do. I make videos because my grandmother always said, "Mijo, you're funny. You should be a comedian." And I was like, whatever. And then I started doing it, and I mean, I am where I'm at now because I had somebody believe in me. I think with art, it's very hard sometimes. But good news for you, from coming from me, is I met a very, very, very talented artist named Colton Valentine, who I became really good friends with. He's been doing stuff in San Antonio. We're going to be hosting a small creator art gallery where we're going to have people, we're going to find small artist creators like yourself, and we're going to ask, I think the theme's going to be like unity or something like that, and we're going to ask you guys to paint something with him and do all this stuff, and we want to sell your pieces. And it's going to be like a legit art gallery, where we're going to pick like 5 or 6 artists, have them come out. Maybe we'll utilize this space for that. I think what you're missing is there's just that component. Like, I mean, I'm sure you just like post your artwork and that's it, right? Like that's what you do. What platforms do you use?
Well, I do like last time I do baskets. Like the money comes in, but not very.
Yeah.
I send.
Do you do like pop-ups and stuff like that? Do you go to vendor pop-ups or anything like that?
No, I haven't. I've just been doing it on my own, creating my own designs. I've been trying to see if I could get it, like bring my designs into t-shirts too.
Okay.
I'm going to college for graphic design to get my associate degree.
Okay.
And I do come from a small. I come from an artist family, and I grew up and. I don't know, something about it that it's hard to explain.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to take a look at your page. I want to take a look at your page. I want to take a look at your art and what you do. And like I said, like one of the biggest things I tell people here, and again, sorry guys for repeating myself, is that we need to know like why you do what you do. Like right now, you just told me why you do it, right? You need to share that with the rest of the world as to why you do it. And I know it may sound silly to some people, like, oh, I want to share my story. That's just the technological age that we live in right now, is sharing. People want to know. Let's figure out why you do your art. Showcase more of your talents. What I think you need though too, that you're probably missing, because like as if you do pop-ups and stuff, you need to really put yourself out there as a small business. I'm sure like Brenda herself posting her earrings online, right? You have to go to places. So I'm trying to create a committee for small businesses, small vendor businesses to do pop-ups and stuff. So what I would like to do, like to extend an offer to you to come out and be a part of our vendor pop-ups.
I would love to.
And what I'll do is, so we have a huge rock fest coming up April 8th that we're doing at Alamo Beer Company. So our fee for that's $100, but what I'll do for you, because I'd love to see what you can do, I'll waive your fee so you can be a part of the vendor pop-up. Okay? And I want to we'll get together and we'll see what your art's like, and then we'll come up with like a collaborative way to kind of meet with the theming of the festival and stuff, and then we'll push your bunch out there. It's not till April, but we can do a lot of stuff between here and then. Like I said, you got to be patient. You're obviously still doing what you're doing because you love it, so don't stop. I was telling everybody here, I'm gonna be 37. I've been doing this for 2 years. I thought that I had to be young and dumb to be able to follow my dream, and you don't. Okay.
I've done this my whole life since before my grandma ever passed away.
Yeah.
And since then, I guess I lost myself, and
I empathize with you. I lost myself too. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know how I was going to move forward, but I did the one thing that I knew how to do best, and that was make people laugh. And it's not only become a creative outlet. When people say, "Oh, you do this for money," I don't, because I suffer with depression. So kind of like bipolar a little bit, manic depressive, I guess. And I go through my ups and downs. But I'm gonna tell you something. When I create content, when I make videos, and I see people tell me that it's made them happy, I can't even tell you how happy it makes me. So
thank you.
Keep doing it. But we'll get together and help you out.
Joe, I just wanted to tell you, for everyone here, we have business advisors who are in our space who can help you, and they can help you with sales. So that's also a free service in addition to what you're doing. And if you look on our YouTube page, we've had free talks on trademarks, patents. You know, if you need to patent your artwork, how does that work? If you want to sell at markets, what kind of tips? That was something that we did like 2 months ago, and everything is free on our YouTube page. We have 2 more questions. The Reggie's Tex-Mex and Melinda over here.
Okay, Reggie. Okay.
Where's the
TikTok, and the other day I tried to do a little ad for 45 minutes. Do y'all offer any classes on
Sweet Jesus.
do we? Yeah. And I'm not meant for that.
Well, you know what? If Duncan orders up for it, maybe before Christmas, maybe we'll do it in December. We'll do, if you all approve, we'll do it like a legit TikTok class. Today was just kind of TikTok for dummies. I'm telling you, only the dummies use TikTok. Yeah, this one wasn't really so much to tell you how to use the app. It was just trying to give you the basic foundation of like what social media is like, telling you what you need and you don't need. But if you want to, I'll get with them, and I would love to teach you how to use the app, because I'm telling you, it's stupid easy.
Also at work, I'm engaged, we're laughing, we're talking to customers and all that, but put a microphone on my face or a camera, and man, I'm just, I'm not good, So I was just wondering, do you have any advice, or were you like that in the beginning? Is it hard for you, or it doesn't seem like you, but,
I'll be honest with you, I absolutely hate being in front of the camera. I absolutely hate it. Like, and so it's a weird thing because I love directing. I love being behind it. That was one of my biggest goals and dreams was to direct. And then I found out, I can be entertaining too. But, this is just who I am. And then I had to kind of turn it on sometimes, But, it's just practice. Just practice. Repetition, practice, be in front of the camera. I remember when I first started, I couldn't even get, 4 words out. I had to be starting over and over and over. And I realized, why am I trying to force this story out? Just let me tell it, And that's kind of like the magic of TikTok is that you don't have to film continuously. When I show y'all, I promise you, once you learn how to use TikTok, like its abilities, you're gonna be like, oh my god, like, why didn't I do this before? But obviously, you need somebody to teach you. So I'll get with Duncan and them and see if we can do a TikTok class. We'll make it personal. We'll do a small group. Because I don't think I can teach like 30 people. I'll probably have to do like 10 at a time. Because
I've tried to use Facebook.
Can you use your microphone, please?
It's horrible. Like Facebook business side, and
that's what I tell people. Ads are not in. I skip over ads. TikTok even has ads too. I don't even watch ads. I don't watch ads. Then there are some very, very clever people like myself and like I've been inspired by other creators. I will legit be watching them and I'm like, oh my god, this is so funny, it's great. And I'm just like, why do I want to buy this coffee maker all of a sudden? Because it's an ad, but they get you. It's kind of like when you watch Super Bowl commercials and stuff, right? Who's ever watched a Super Bowl commercial? It's never about the Doritos, right? But you're like, I want to buy Doritos. There's a story to tell. But yeah, no, I'll definitely get with them and see what we can do. If not, we can do like a one-on-one or something. I'll just charge you 2 plates of food. And no, but whatever you want. So if you want to do a one-on-one, maybe I can visit your restaurant, see what you got, and then kind of just show you the ins and outs, or we can just do the group or whatever. So it's up to you guys.
Okay. Last question. Sorry.
Sure.
Instagram is as effective as TikTok. Would you?
I do recommend Instagram. I used to be on Instagram, so prior to this, so I've been on social media for like 8 years. So I used to be part of the Disney community, and it was kind of like the TMZ, like I was always reporting on stuff or whatever. Instagram is there, like you want to be on that platform. Reels right now, it's kind of like TikTok. You want to post to Reels, but what I would do is I would say TikTok for the more personal stuff, like showing off your food, taking the glamour shots, stuff. That's what Instagram is. But adding Reels to it is another component where, because this is what I do. I batch record. So I take one day out of the week or the month, and I record a whole bunch of videos. I record like 30 videos in a few hours. And people are like, man, you're always out every day. How do you live life? And I'm like, I'm not out. I'm at home right now. What are you talking about? But I record all these videos and I post them once a day. But what I do is, and I'll have to teach you this, there's an app where you can remove the TikTok watermark. And I take that and I post that same piece of content on Instagram. And then I post that same content on YouTube Shorts. And I'm going to tell you, everybody's page and algorithm is different. Don't think that because you posted a video and 500,000 people saw it, that this other 500, there's 8 billion people in this world now. Not everybody's going to see your video. And I post these 3 different pieces of content. I have followers on Instagram that didn't even know I had a TikTok. And I'm like, what? How could you? Like, it's weird. I went from 3,000 followers to like 14.2 thousand followers right now. But everything's very localized on Instagram, so that's the only thing that's going to suck. Is Instagram is very, very local. Like, you're going to get a lot of San Antonio, you're going to get a lot of that, which is great. But at the same time, I mean, when you want to have that community, Instagram's probably the best to grow a community. TikTok is a little bit harder, but you'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's one of the other things that we have the resource, it's Verizon Digital Ready. So we can sign you up for that, and then you can have classes whenever you have time. Okay. So they're mostly 30 minutes, but we can see about having him come to also our office besides December here to do office hours, because like you said, we want to follow up with people.
Also, I want to let everybody know something, and please, hopefully this does not offend anybody. Okay, I'm gonna be just brutally honest. If you want to grow your brand, okay, if you want to grow your brand and you want to stand out from everybody else, I like the city. I live in the city, but I do what I do for my people. It's not for the city. Okay, I don't do it for San Antonio. I do it for my brown people, my brown and dark skinned people. Please stay away from putting 210 in your handle.
Okay.
Okay? Puro Sanato 210 or hey, we're Reggie's Tex-Mex 210. Stay away from that because let me tell you something. One of the things that I learned, I went to a friend of mine works at TikTok. I talk to her all the time. And she said, you know, you're outperforming most people that use that San Antonio hashtag. And I said, why? How am I outperforming most of these creators? It's because my name is unique to me. It doesn't say that I'm from San Antonio. But what you want to do is, of course, you guys are local, right? But who wouldn't want to Reggie's, you know, Tex-Mex and Corpus and Dallas and maybe California one day. You want to, when you do that, social media recognizes that. And they're like, we're just going to show it to San Antonio people. You're never going to grow. I don't know if y'all knew that. Your handle means everything. Your name. Trust me. I have more followers in California and in Florida than I do San Antonio. It's crazy. Like, that's how I'm able to grow and expand. People want to come and visit me. Yeah. The only time people know that I'm from San Antonio is when I say, I'm from San Antonio. Or I tag, like, San Antonio in my hashtags or something. Right? And that's something I gotta teach you too, is hashtags. But that's the only time. So to broaden your horizon on your business, stay away from the 210 in your handle, like all that stuff. Make your name unique to who you are and your business. Okay? Because, no offense to you, sir, I see so many businesses with that damn skyline. Like, I get it, it's beautiful. I love San Antonio. But you're putting yourself in this really awful bubble. Yeah. And I see a lot of people, like, I work with a company called Alamo Melts. They're a food truck. They do grilled cheese, right? They said, well, what do we spray paint our truck? We're going to put 210 Alamo Melts, 210. I said, no, we're not doing that. So we just spray painted their truck to look like a big grilled cheese sandwich. Their name is nowhere on that truck, but people know who they are. Creating branding for yourself is being unique. So the 210 stuff, I know it sounds harsh, but it's just the honest truth. That way, in case you were wondering, but yeah, have unique branding, for sure.
Okay, and the last question is Melinda.
Hi, Melinda Orta, Template.
Oh, no,
Go ahead, Melinda, go ahead.
We'll get to you.
So, my granddaughter, Kinley, is a TikTok influencer. She has over 65,000 followers and several viral videos, over like 3.4 million views on her videos, right? So I would like for her to start merchandising. She's only 6, but I would like for her parents, who are very talented, to start merchandising any kind of t-shirt or anything. And they're like, well, we don't know how to start that.
Right.
We don't know how to start doing that. What should we do? I said, well, you create your brand first.
Right.
And I'm trying to get them to understand that I have an MBA in marketing. I know how to do it, but they don't listen to me because I'm grandma. I'm Pabuela. Yeah. I call myself Pabuela. I'm Pabuela.
I'm Abuela too on some days.
So they won't listen to me, but I'm like, how do I get them to...
Well, I mean, you got to understand that for the average person who doesn't understand marketing, like myself or yourself, right? We see what we see, but they don't. But I think the biggest advice that I can give you for them, especially for you said your niece, right? Your granddaughter. I'm sorry, oh my, I forgot. You're not that. You don't look that old. Granddaughter. Like I said earlier, anybody can go viral on TikTok. Anybody. I have so many videos that are in the millions of views. Okay. But you need to help her create a community first, because you can make all the t-shirts you want, but just because she has 65,000 followers and a few videos that are in the millions, doesn't mean that she's going to sell a t-shirt, right? So try to get them to, what I would do is help her build her fan base, if you want to call it that, right? Her community. Help her build that first before you start doing merchandise, because I'm going to tell you, TikTok is very, very brutal when it comes to, just because you have 65,000 followers, you think you can just push merch on us? Trust me, I've seen it hundreds and hundreds of times. Because that's the first thing that most people think. I have 50,000 followers now, and I'm going to make merchandise. I'm going to merchandise myself. I'm going to brand myself. And branding is not for everybody. Like I said, just because you have the views doesn't mean that you're, like I said, I'll use example because he's a friend of mine, but he's cool. That he struggles every single day to push merch, and it's hard. And you know, oh my god, I forgot this is live. They won't see it. No, he struggles to push. Cut that out, please. He struggles to push merch, but no, I'm just using that as an example because you can look him up. But it's hard. He tells me himself. He's like, man, I'm trying to push my brand, but it gets harder. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable as a career. And you're probably saying, well, how are you doing it? You know, I put a lot of time and effort to build a community first. Because like I said, if she doesn't have a community, I don't care how viral you are, nobody gonna buy nothing.
Well, thank you. With that, let's give him a round of applause. Thank you so much.